What? Yo, what's up, Click21? Yes, we are back with another video. I know it's been a minute. We've been grinding Halo, Battlefield, all that good stuff. A lot of other content coming to you guys in the future. But today, we're going back to our roots. We're going back to Warzone. We're going to be trying out the new Warzone Modern Warfare Cold War Scottish Tryhard Zen Edition version 2.0 by Taylor Drift. I've been playing with it for about 3 or 4 days now. I'm going to go ahead and give you my best aim assist settings that you absolutely have to try. The download to this will be in my Discord as well, in their Discord. Of course, if you're unfamiliar with how to get it, even if you search for it in Zen Studio, it's not going to be there. So let's go ahead and jump right to the video. Let's get into the good stuff. Alright guys, real quick, as you all know, everything has been leading up to this December 2nd launch with this new Warzone Pacific map. You know I'm not a big fan of Vanguard multiplayer, if you haven't been able to tell with the lack of videos I've been putting up. I'm not a big multiplayer guy, as you can tell, and that's how it's always been. I like multiplayer, you know, casual with friends, but most people that are using the Cronus want that competitive edge. They want to use it in Warzone, right? Everything coming out December 2nd, that's what we've been waiting for, guys. It's going to absolutely pop off on the Patreon. We've got a lot of spreadsheets coming out. We're going to have Vanguard spreadsheets for all those guns and stuff like that. If you need help, anything like that, make sure you guys join the Patreon. Absolutely no pressure, 3 different tiers. Great help if you need it. A lot of people helping out with this. So if you need access, if you need help, definitely join the Discord or join the Patreon. And of course, as you all know by now, a lot of streamers, a lot of people are using a VPN. I do have an affiliate link where you can save money. You also get a 30-day money-back guarantee with NordVPN, guys. I will drop the link to both of these in the description below. So if you want to try NordVPN for 30 days to get those easier bot lobbies, make sure you go ahead and try it out. It will be in the description below. All right, boys, enough of that. Like I said, I know I've been grinding a lot lately, but it's been more Halo and Battlefield and stuff like that. Once they release some type of game pack and good script that I feel comfortable with telling you about, I will be doing some content on Halo, Battlefield, all that good stuff, and then we'll even cover some Apex and FIFA and stuff like that in the future. So a lot of stuff to come out. We're just kind of waiting on the Cronus to catch up, you know. So we have been kind of grinding Halo a little bit since it came out, and then of course you have Battlefield as well, and then of course Vanguard multiplayer, which like I said, I don't like to do a whole lot of videos on multiplayer just because they don't translate always when it comes to Warzone. So we're kind of waiting on that December 2nd. That's kind of our launch point. Everything is going to start taking off from there. We're just kind of waiting for that date. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give you my best aim assist settings, and then I'll leave you with some gameplay. Make sure you guys try these aim assist settings out. They're absolutely nuts. I've been playing for this script for about 3 days. I'm back on Warzone. We're back on the Warzone grind, preparing for this December 2nd date. So we are back to Warzone. I know a lot of people, like I said, if you're interested in Halo and stuff like that, make sure you sub as well. We're going to have a lot of content on all these other games as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump. I'm going to show you my Cronus Zen, what aim assist settings I'm using, and then I'm going to leave you with some gameplay. But before we switch over, guys, I do want to show you how to download it from my Discord real quick. All you have to do is go into my Discord, go under downloads, and it's going to be right here. Just download it. And then when you pull up Zen Studio, go into compiler, find your downloads right here, drag and drop it to that menu, go to programmer, and then it's going to be the 4th button down, Scottish Tryhard Zen Edition. We'll go ahead and drag and drop it there, and then we're just going to hit play, and then we're good to go. I've already got it saved on here. As you can see, there is an update for the Call of Duty Vanguard pack, which is absolutely awesome. We'll cover that in the next video. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump over to my Cronus. I'm going to show you the settings I have for this new script. Alright guys, real quick, I'm not going to get in too much detail. So this is probably one of the most advanced scripts out there when it comes to any type of script when it comes to the Cronus Zen. So I'm not going to get too much into detail. I'm just going to show you my aim assist values. But there are so many more values to play with this that I haven't even been able to dive into yet, which we will dive into in the future. But so far, I'm going to show you what I have. Now, there is primary and secondary. You go ahead and hit Y anytime you want to adjust your recoil and your aim assist, and go into the same menu and adjust it as so, right? Now, of course, pull up the menu. First of all, it's a little bit different. That's my only complaint with this script so far. It's a little bit more complicated to navigate around. I don't want to say a little bit more complicated, but it is a lot more different versus some of these other scripts that we're already used to. So in the case with this script, guys, to pull up the menu, you actually have to hold down, in my case, it was going to be L1 and then options, and then it pulls up your menu. In the past, I was always used to hold down left trigger and options to pull the menu. In this case, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be your L1 and your options. So we'll go ahead and we'll pop up into adjustables. Recoil, we'll get into all that in another day. I'm just going to kind of scroll through my aim assist settings. I was trying some Vanguard guns out and stuff like that. With the Warzone, of course, with Vanguard, I haven't really been able to nail down the recoil. We're kind of waiting, of course, until December 2nd. That is when we will jump into recoil with all these new weapons and stuff like that, because most people want the recoil values for Warzone because they don't always translate when it comes to Vanguard. It's a totally different game in a sense. So we're kind of waiting for that December 2nd, right? So scrolling through my aim assist real quick. Now, of course, use the D-pad to navigate through the menus and things like that. But when you want to change a value, you do have to use that same L1 button on top to go ahead and adjust. So far, guys, I've got AA type is polar, and of course you can change it to linear, and then of course my shape direction is on, and then I'm using tall oval. That's just the preference that I've always used. And then of course, if I wanted to change one of these values, all you have to do is hold down, like I said, L1, and then use the D-pad left and right to go up by 1 or 2, up and down to go up by 10, right? And you don't want to change it too much off the rip. I recommend playing with it as soon as you get the script, and then kind of go from there. So after tall oval, and this is for my primary, and I'll show you my secondary real quick before we leave you with some gameplay. But for my primary, guys, I got tall oval, and then we've got our ADS radius. Primary is at 13. I like it a little bit lower. Radius primary is 15, just for your regular radius, not when you're ADSing, but most of the time you're ADSing. So I don't know, this part's not really going to matter much with the primary weapon. Now, of course, secondary will matter a little bit more. ADS speed, of course, this is where if it shakes a little bit too much, make sure you turn this down, make sure you turn your radius down. But we've got it on 10 so far. Stick speed at 15, minimum radius at 12. Tailor tracking, I do have it on, I've been playing with it on. I'm liking it so far, and we'll continue to play with it and kind of see it. I think it's just at a 2, haven't really changed that value much. But you will see you have your tracking speed. You do have boost on fire on, which you can turn that on if you would like. Totally up to you guys. This script, as you can see, there's a lot more in-depth settings to it. So this will take a lot longer to kind of get used to, but that is a good thing if you have the patience. Now, of course, I don't recommend going in and changing a whole lot off the rip. Just kind of change a couple values and then kind of go from there. And before we take off, I'll quickly show you my aim assist for my secondary. So all I got to do is hit Y, same thing. Scroll over, you've got polar. Same thing for the shape direction is on, tall oval. ADS secondary speed is at 10. Speed secondary a little bit higher at 33. Radius at 13, a little bit higher because you're hip firing. Tracking is on 2, 3. Pretty much the same for all the boosts and stuff like that until I get used to it. This is kind of a new concept when it comes to these scripts. It's going to take a little bit longer to get used to the trackers and stuff like that with some of these scripts because they're a little bit different. So we'll still play around with those. I'll just scroll through these real quick again for you. So try these out. Let me know what you think, guys. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of gameplay and finally getting back into that Warzone switch. Join the Discord if you have any questions. Also, the Patreon if you need help. We're starting to get caught up, everybody. I've got a lot of people helping with that. December 2nd is the date we have been waiting for, guys. That is the date everything will start to take off on the Patreon and then everywhere else. We want this new Warzone update. Not a big fan of multiplayer, not a big fan of Vanguard. I'll play it, but I just kind of get bored with it easy, right? So appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that sub button. I appreciate all the love and support. I will leave you with some gameplay. We got some other great content coming up, guys. Thanks for stopping by the channel. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.